So George Harrison probably wrote a lot of songs on ukulele because this is where the ukulele is, if you put a capo on the 5th fret of the guitar. So he wrote songs like, say, Here Comes the Sun. He probably wrote it on ukulele first. So anyway, Hawaiian music was the most popular music before rock and roll. So let's go back to that history. 1909 was the invention of the radio. 1915, what happened was the Panama Canal got finished, and the world celebrated for 7 months in San Francisco at the Panama Expo. And musicians from all over the world came to celebrate, and that was the first time a Hawaiian group went on stage and performed. And via the radio, the whole world heard Hawaiian music for the first time. They heard the sound of the ukulele, and they also heard the sound of the Hawaiian steel guitar. Now, in the 1890s in Hawaii, if you played a regular guitar this way, it was called the Spanish guitar. But there was a Hawaiian boy named Joseph Kekuku who put the guitar in his lap, and he had a metal rod, and he started playing the guitar like this. This sound was all over the world via the radio, along with the sound of the ukulele, that the whole world wanted to learn how to play the Hawaiian guitar. At that time, it was called the Hawaiian guitar. Later on, it was known as a steel guitar because you're playing with a lump of steel, not because the guitar is made out of steel. But so every blues player and country musician that you hear the steel sound, they actually learned that from Hawaiians, because the Hawaiians left the islands because they were in such a demand. Everyone in the world wanted to play an ukulele and a Hawaiian guitar. They left Hawaii because there was probably only 2 hotels to work at here. So they went all over the world, and then most of them never returned because they got new girlfriends, got married, and started opening Hawaiian guitar schools. So it cross-pollinated all over the world. So if you study like the history of bluegrass, in the 1920s, there's a duet that sounds real hillbilly. They're called Tarpon and Darby, and there's acoustic slide guitar on the album. And if you look at turn the album around and look at the credit, it's a Hawaiian person playing Hawaiian steel. Hawaiian steel is actually in a lot of the old cartoons. That's why in SpongeBob you hear the sound. It was the first rock and roll Hendrix musician, I guess, was a Hawaiian musician, Saul Hopi. He made these kind of resonator guitars popular in the 1920s. The first electric guitars in the world were Hawaiian steel guitars. Here's a 1939. The first one was in 1934. So pre-electric guitars and resonator guitars, like this one. This is a copy. There's 3 speakers in here. They're non-electric. They're made like the old Vitrolas. Vitrolas are the ancient turntables. You would just turn the handle and the record spins. You put the needle on, and the picture of it is of the old RCA Records label where you see the dog listening next to this horn. So this is based on the same Vitrola thing. The whole purpose was to make the guitar louder, and that's the sound that was heard all over the world. And everyone thought it meant steel guitar because the guitar was made out of steel, but no, it's just the steel bar. So Hawaiian history is embedded in American music history. So it's a mixture of black, white, and Hawaiian ideas, and it's an awesome thing.